Hi everybody, Kent from Oz here with another FIlofax tip. Well, today I'm going to talk to you about journaling and incorporating the journal that you might be using into your FIlofax. Now, if you're like me, I keep a journal, and I also know that I don't always use the same time of day when I want to write something down. And so if I've got a spare 5 minutes, I'd like to do that. So what I've decided to do is, in fact, incorporate my journal as part of my FIlofax, and then I've got it with me whenever I'm during the day, so it's quite a convenient thing. So what I've done is I've actually incorporated very easily just an A5 notebook, which I've converted and used for my journal. Now, the good thing about this is that I don't have to have my entire journal with my FIlofax, and also too, what I write down is fairly private and things that I just want myself to read, and I don't want to have a lot of information in my diary. So what I'd like to do is just have maybe 2 or 3 pages, and then I transfer them across into another folder, and then that way I've got it all together. So I just want to show you quickly what I've done here. Now, the thing that I've got here is in fact an A5 notebook, and it was actually a spiral bound one, and I really actually like the cover of this, and I've placed just some washi tape here with the name journal across, but it's a very smooth thick cardboard, and the cover grabbed me first of all, and it's also quite good and acts as a protector and divider. And then after that I've got some initial pages which I've got, and these are Debden Day Planner note pages, and they've got this sort of grey column here, and the lines are on both sides, and so just a few little pages of my journal. I'll try to cover it so you can't see what I've written. Then I really thought that I needed to have some better quality paper, and I've looked around quite a bit, and I found that when I open up any notebook, I usually do touch the paper, and if it's possible to even write on it just to see the texture, because what I do write is quite important. So what I did was take an A5 notepad, and I've got actually the pages here, so you can actually see that it's one of those spiral bound ones, and it has a wire frame running around through the holes here, and I very carefully with a pair of pliers removed the spiral binding so that it's just loose paper now. And when I measured it into my day planner here, I noticed that the holes didn't line up with the rings, and so I really thought I'd like it to be just about the same size as the regular paper. And it just so happens that if I cut just at the edge of the rings, the holes here, it fits quite well into the A5 planner. So what I have done so far, and I'll just demonstrate what to do, so I'll just take my planner away, and all I've done is just cut it down to size, and what I've got here is just one of those very small paper slices that you can do 2 or 3 papers at a time, and just grab about 2 or 3, place it in, line it up, and line up the holes as best I can. I'll just push that through a bit. So line the holes up and then slice down. So then pressing down, just slice all the way down, and you'll see that I cut just on the edge of the holes here, and this is exactly the same insert size that I have for all the rest of the paper. And then I just needed to get my hole puncher, and what I have done though is, because I do want my pages to remain, is I've actually used some washi tape, and for each paper I've just put a piece of washi tape down the edge before I cut the holes. I won't do that today for you, but you can just sort of see fits in quite well. And there I have the holes punched, and it's ready to go. So when I am ready to put that into my diary, I just put about 3 or 4 pages at a time, and it just works for me quite well. And as you can see here, I've got some of this grey spotted washi tape, and it's very subtle, it's not too overt. And there's another page here, and it just reinforces this paper because it is quite lightweight and I don't want it all ripping out. And it also does make it look a bit more stylish. And then just to show that I can do some colours, I've got some green washi tape there, and it's quite a good system. And so I've decided to do that. And then after, oh, there's a nice aqua blue colour as well with spots, but I think the grey for me matches how I'd like to present things. So when I've written maybe 2 or 3 pages, I'm just about ready to take this out anyway. I'll just remove these pages and place them into my more permanent journal. But here I've got these pages that I have at any time of the day, and so that means that my journaling can be continuous rather than maybe late at night or early in the morning. So a little bit of a hint on combining a journal with your FIlofax. Now the actual little bonus, I'll just show you this as well, is that on the back cover, and again it's a nice tan color as well, it's actually got this rubber band here. And what I was experimenting with was that I could see whether I could actually bind up the journaling pages like so, which is how the notebook went, and it just sort of holds it all together as well. So as you can see, that there's a little bit of ingenuity there just to have my journal with me, and combining the FIlofax as well. So I hope that is a bit of a tip for you, and thanks for watching, and keep journaling, keep FIlofaxing. I'll see you at another FIlofax tip.